What does the Eiffel Tower and a tick have in common? I don't know. What does the Eiffel Tower and a tick have in common? They're both Paris sites. Hello, I'm Marcus Bronzy from How to Kill an Hour, and this is another episode of What's in the Box. Today, we're looking at the Pod Silver. It's like a cameraman, but way better. Sorry. Didn't mean to upset you, bro. But this is basically a device which you use with your smartphone to track you and do some other tricks as well, but enough chat, let's get in the box. Here's a few things it says it does. Auto tracking, 360 rotation, video calls, you can multi-stream live, which is stream to a few places, and it has 12 quick create modes. So, let's see how it goes. It's got smart capture. Oh, do you know what though? I do like the smart capture there and the clone trail. That looks cool. That's like where there's versions of you jumping into yourself. That's cool. Tiny Planet will be all right. And auto tracking as well, but I'm not gonna do what she's doing. I like the idea of the many-me shot, this many-me shot and this clone trail thing. The device, very simple looking. Got a nice little threaded thing there, so I can throw that on a tripod. But basically what this does is, it is a motor which follows you around. You can hear it clicking. Don't know if I'm meant to be doing that, I'm gonna do it. And then your smartphone connects in here. And then basically the app that comes with it means that it moves around and tracks you. But you may also need a few other things. Oh, it uses a micro USB to charge. But you may also need a few other accessories to go with it. And luckily enough, the guys have sent them over. So we've got a smart mount, which means we're able to mount our phone. Whack a phone in here, I presume. Oh, tighten that up. And then where does this go on top of here? I think maybe this comes off. Ah, that goes on here. So the original mount, I think you just slot your phone in. I've got another phone knocking around. Original mount phones. The original mount, I think you just slide your phone in and tie it in, which is cool. That's what the original mount works like. Tie your phone into it and it rests on top. Let me undo this. So that's the normal mount that comes with it, where you just pop it on. And then you've got this smart mount, which gives you a bit more adjustment, so you can have different adjustments with it, which I guess is just cool because you can have extra angles. I'm definitely going to use this. What I did like about the normal mount though, is the normal mount's got a spirit level, so it lets you know that your camera's in the right place. We also have a tripod with it, which, if I'm honest, is a tripod. So I'll get it out, but tripods be tripoding. It's actually, you know what? Woo! And you know what, actually? This is a cool looking tripod because that is quite small. That's 40 centimeters. And then it folds out and can extend up to 160 centimeters, which is, it's not bad, not bad at all. So we're going to use that, attach this to it, download an app, because everything needs an app nowadays, and get shooting with it. But we're not going to do that in the studio, so we'll see you out there once we've got it going. So we got the Pivo out, and after a few days with it, I realized I don't need to go out of the studio to show you how it works. This should show you just fine how the tracking works. It's on a wide angle lens. As I get a bit closer, it should zoom in. And as I come out again, it should zoom out. The Pivo is pretty cool for just getting your stuff up and getting shooting and having a camera that tracks you. We think we'd probably use it for situations if we're outdoors, we're with a product, and we just want to quickly shoot something and we don't want to be lost and we want the camera to track us. It does work vertically and wide as well. And I'll get back onto vertical in a second. But before we get onto that, I just want to talk to you about how it works in different lighting environments. I'm going to dim the lights in here. And because the iPhones have a decent enough camera on them to pick up people in low light, you can see that if you have got lower light, the Pivo still can track a face. Brighter light again, and then here goes a little bit of something in between some coloured lights. I think that's pretty cool. So wherever you are, it feels like you can whip out the Pivo, put it on a stand and get a good shot of yourself. We've also used the Rode Wireless Go 2s here so that we have better sound instead of just using the in-camera sound. The other things that the Pivo can do for fun are kind of better suited, in my personal opinion, to vertical video shoots, kind of for YouTube Shorts, Reels, TikToks, all that kind of stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a play with a few of those, get back into our regular studio setting, and I can show you all the other bits that the Pivo can do. And that is the video that we shot on the Pivo when it tracked us. And then now it's time for me to go through some of the other things that you can do when it's invert mode. The first of those is panoramic, and I'm going to kind of double that up with the second mode, which is called Many Me. And the reason I am is because panoramic kind of takes a picture of a panoramic, so it shows lots of vertical pictures together, and then Many Me kind of stops and takes lots of little pictures of you. So, because I've got this little cool remote here, what this means is that you can actually select when a picture is taken. So I can kind of do the Many Me thing with the panoramic view. What is the Many Me thing? It's basically here, as you can see, it's sewed together 3 different pictures of mine where I'm pointing at myself. There's a little bit of overlap between the 2 on the right. I think this is the one that I messed up. There might be a better one. There you go. There's a little bit of a better one. And what I've noticed with this one is that because the camera wasn't 100% straight, we've actually at the top and at the bottom got some issues with it looking a bit weird, but I think we can fix that if we just crop in at the top and the bottom. Maybe not cropping that much at the top. And there we go. I think that looks a lot better, that blend there. So that's the Many Me and the panoramic mode. Flash is this, where it gives you that little sound effect. So flash kind of takes a shot of one video and then it actually manually moves over but creates this like whoosh effect. And that was a badly timed one. I think I'll get a slightly better timed one. Here we go. That's a little bit better time, and I'm using that manual remote every single time. There you go. So you can kind of throw yourself stuff. This next one is the versus mode. Or no, this one is actually double take, my bad. This mode is the double take mode where it flashes away and back again. So here's me being all happy, flashing into an angry one. So it's a great way to do like TikTok transitions again. What does this one I really, really like. So this is called the 50-50. So you can choose how many times it swaps between 2 things, which is great, I think, for creators when they're playing different characters. I did it with a cheesy dad joke. Let's have a look. What does the Eiffel Tower and the tick have in common? I don't know. What does the Eiffel Tower and a tick have in common? They're both Paris sites. There you go, which I think is pretty cool. Next up we have, this is a very bad example, so I'll show you the proper example of it. This is called 50-50, so half of it is an image on the left and the other side on the right is a video. So what I decided to do, I just made a little jump scare with this. A little jump at the end. I like that, it's a bit of fun. And next up is Tiny Planet. So Tiny Planet is basically a 360-degree view of the room where they squish it and make it flat, which that probably would look really nice in like a forest with the sun over the top of you. But in our studio, you can see it just full of boxes. You can also swap around how it kind of does the Tiny Planet. So there's a studio from another angle as well. It's quite nice, a very nice effect. Really nice if you're around a circle of people or if you're in like somewhere like a nice forest environment, you can really see the trees climbing over you. It's really cool. This one is called Many Me, this video. Basically, you can shoot a video, and I deliberately kind of tried to overlap myself. It worked really well between the left and the middle one, not so much between the middle and the right. But you can have many versions of yourself in the same room doing something, and I thought I'll just do some of me dancing randomly. That's pretty cool. And that probably, if you want to stand back a lot further from the camera and have like 3 clear separate versions of yourself, that's good as well. This one here is called the Magic Edge. So you can jump through a line. So there's this actual line where you jump out of the camera. or you actually move out of the camera and then it moves, and then you move into the camera frame again, and then it sews them together, and you can actually choose what kind of thing. I've got a lamppost in the middle there, but you can choose what to have in the middle when you're jumping through it. And that's not a perfect scene, but it goes so quickly that it don't matter too much, you know what I mean? That's another version of it. You can edit it as well. This is one of my favorite ones, and this is another one where I think it's cool if you are if you're outside as well. Maybe I should have done this one outside as well. This is the clone trail one, where it just uses some smart AI to kind of like draw around you, where you can walk into yourself. You've probably seen really cool, awesome like Adobe adverts doing stuff like this. And luckily what you can do is, I've paused it here actually, so you can see that there's a little bit of a halo around the version of me that I'm about to walk into. You can see it there. And the reason is because each time it captures that halo or captures that image, you can actually go in and refine them each time. So there's even a much worse one that I can show you as well. I think, is it here? No, there isn't. There's a bit of halo. Oh, I think that's the best example of it. There's some halo above my head there because the clone isn't quite blending in at the right place, but that's not a problem. All you have to do if you want to like refine that is in app, once it's captured, you can actually like draw out anything that it might have missed or anything it shouldn't have. You can see it's quite good at doing around the arm area, but around my hair it's struggling a bit. But anyway, here's the final piece. This has worked good with music. Boom, 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 boom. I think that's cool. That's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. Really, really enjoyed that. Oh, there's another one. Here we go. So I think if you're a creative person on TikTok, a Pivo could be something that could really change your content creation game. If you're somebody who, like us, sometimes we're out and about and we're looking at a new product and we're walking around and want to do like a walk, I can call it a walkie and a talkie or whatever, but you're walking towards a camera, around a camera, I think this is a great way, if you only have a mobile phone to use, you haven't got a proper camera person, to have the footage track you as you move around. So yeah, I think they're onto something cool here, and the fact that they're adding more and more modes for different sports and to track different animals as well, because as we know, people like shooting their animals, it means that the Pivo is quite an interesting piece of kit, more suited towards content creators, I'd say, and it's very smart that they made sure that it works with vert video as well, because it's something that we are shooting a lot of nowadays, and it's important to make sure that your content works well in the vert environment, as well as making content that works in this classic sort of 16:9. So yeah, if you'd like to get your hands on a Pivo, we'll put a link in the show description or in this video description. Please don't forget to give us a like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, please drop us a line. If we can answer it, we will do. Plenty of ways to kill some time out there. I've been Marcus Bronzy, at Marcus Bronzy, MarcusBronzy on Twitter, on Instagram, and on TikTok. And we're at How to Kill an Hour on all social medias as well. Till next time, bless.